Hello everybody, once again Faisal Talpur here. Hope you're all keeping well. Um, Last year we launched this program called the Entrepreneur Maker, and the idea of the program was to give an alternative or an escape route, for the people who would like to leave their corporate 9 to 5 jobs and perhaps get into business. So one of the decision making process, of course, is the most important process when people are making the transition from their jobs to come into business. And I just thought I should share my thoughts with yourself with regards to how easy or difficult it becomes to navigate through your business. So the title of this video is the easy way to navigate into and through business. So something like this actually depends on the decisions you make when you are looking to get into business, pretty much from day one, really. So if you are so decisions, for example, can be the type of business that you're going to get into. So if you're looking to run a restaurant, you are going to understand how difficult or easy it will be for you to run a restaurant, especially if you do not have prior experience of running restaurants, right? It also depends on whether the product, if you're going into a product or a service market, it depends whether you are going to be a reseller of the product or service, or it's going to be a product or service that you own and it is yours to be sold, right? Because of course the more people, generally the more people in the equation when it comes to business. So if you are getting the product or service from one person and you're selling it to the market, then you end up becoming a sandwich in between the two. So you have got to keep the demand going, at the same time you've got to keep the supply coming, which of course adds additional stress for a lot of people. So again, that is a decision making factor when you're looking to come into business, right? Also, one of the other important things when it comes to your choice of business for you to understand is how easy it is for you to keep or get clients in that particular market. So getting the clients is challenge number one. Challenge number two is keeping them happy. That obviously defines the sustainability of the business that you're going to be getting into. So it really depends on the choice of business, and that is going to define how easy or difficult your business life is going to be, right? One of the other considerations that you've got to make is how much time you are willing to give to your business. Now, for a lot of people, they make the decision of getting into business because they feel that's the right business to get into, but that business just consumes them, right? Their time, their lifestyle, their family time, their social time, and before you know it, they are literally engulfed by the very business which is meant to be liberating them. Okay, so that's a very important consideration to make as to how much time you are willing to put into that business before and after, right? So if I was to give you an example, let's say you are willing to go into the fashion industry and you want to become a fashion brand, and if you are going to be looking after from the time you have to go and look for the right kind of material, the cloth, right? And then if you're going to get involved with the stitching, then if you're going to get involved with for example the marketing, then you're going to get involved with the delivery and the sales of it, then of course if you are involved throughout the chain of the business, then naturally it is going to consume most, if not all, of your time, right? The second most important factor when you are looking to get into, so that was just the choice of the business. So you have got to make all those considerations when you are getting into the business, as to, because that is going to define your lifestyle, that is going to define how easy or difficult you are going to feel the business is, right? The second most important consideration that you've got to make is, I call it your decision of involvement in that business. So again, I actually call it the curse of micromanagement, right? I have known entrepreneurs who have come into the business within 1 year. They have started putting it out to other people, and they understand that they cannot micromanage everything. And at the same time, I know and I consult entrepreneurs and big business owners, in fact, who've been running businesses for over 30, 35 years, and still they end up doing most amount of work in their own business. So I think it's a personal choice, and the reason I call it a curse is because I think it's a lot to do with your mindset. And I think it's got to do with the trust that you put into other people who are going to do that job for you. So it's an important aspect. I know some factory owners, they employ hundreds and hundreds of people, but at the same time they are pretty much involved with the day-to-day running of the factory, right? On a drop of a hat, they are actually contacted and asked by their staff to help them out. That is not the way it should be, if you do it right, of course, right? So that's one of the fundamental reasons, by the way, why a lot of people are they end up becoming solopreneurs, or they end up becoming sole traders, or they just end up keeping their company to a one-man band company, because they just cannot trust anybody else to do a better job. So if there are five functions of the business that makes the business streamlined or keeps the business going, they just think they are the best man for the job, right? Or the best woman for the job. And unfortunately, they just cannot overcome the aspect of giving it to somebody else and entrusting them with that particular part of the job. Us as humans, we have been created to help each other out, right? We all have different abilities, different skill sets, different strengths. So if and only if you are playing to your strengths, and if you're letting the other people play to their strengths, and if you have got a half decent understanding of who you should be recruiting in your company, or even if you're outsourcing, if you've got an understanding of who you should be outsourcing to, and you trust them with it, that's the most important thing. And you do not micromanage them, so you're literally not breathing down their neck all the time, which a lot of people do. Then you are going to have a peaceful business throughout the entire life cycle of the business, or throughout the entire life of your business, right? And that leads very nicely to my third point, which is your ability to let go, right? In business, you are meant to have issues, you're meant to have problems, and it all depends on how you deal with those problems. So if you are one of those people who actually takes everything to heart, right? And they feel that it's on every small silly thing that has happened in business, if they feel that that is literally a disaster has occurred, right? And the business can literally suffer X, Y, and Z because of this. That's not usually true. So we end up becoming or making the problem in our heads bigger than it usually is, right? So your ability to let go, there are two tools that you can use, and one is to delegate and the other one is to automate, right? And delegate is where I earlier explained that if you do not have if you can have come out of the habit of watching people and keeping a hawk's eye onto your your staff, if you can come out of that habit, trust me, it's going to liberate you, it's going to make your life hell easy. And delegate it accordingly. Another thing is automation. So a lot of people seem to have this wrong concept that if I automate things in my business, I'm going to lose that personal touch, I'm going to lose that one-to-one touch with my customers, with my clients, and automation is not necessarily a good thing. I think it is this notion could not be farther from the truth. If you are getting and doing automation right, then there cannot be something better than that, because it again relieves you from so many things, so many mundane tasks that you should be doing, or your staff may be doing, or your colleagues or other directors of the companies may be doing, right? So it's one of the best way to streamline, to make your company efficient. To be very honest with you, if you master the art, then I would say there is no better thing or aspect of making your company efficient than automation. So automation is something which I feel people should adopt when it comes to navigating through your business with ease. I hope that has made some sense, guys. This is all part of what we teach. We have got a range of products and services. So if you're looking to get into business, if you currently are working and you're looking to plan to come into the business world, then we have got a range of products and services. If you're an existing business and if you're looking to grow your business, then again we can perhaps help you. So you can visit my URL, which is faisalforbusiness.com. I repeat, that's faisalforbusiness.com, and perhaps get in touch. There's a form there which you can fill in and get in touch with us, and let's see how we can work together. Thank you very much. Hope that has made some sense. Once again, Faisal Talpur. Adios.